Today, I'm going to be answering your questions and responding to your comments. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're here with me. If you have any questions or comments for me that you would like to see on this video, make sure to leave those in the comments section below. And with that being said, let's start answering some questions. Hey, Taylor, what do you do for a living? Hey, Eric, thanks for the question. So like a lot of the country now, I actually was laid off from my job sometime in March. And it wasn't, super surprising. This definitely isn't a pity party for me by any means. I'm actually really lucky to have had some savings and to have some different options for making money. One of those being YouTube, which if you're watching this and you assume that this is what I do for a full-time income, it's not. It's not. But if you like this channel and you want to help support it and to help it grow, there's a link to my Patreon in the description below. I'm still working on my Patreon account and it's very new to me, and I'll definitely be adding different things for different tiers. But right now, if you just want to sign up and show some support, yeah, head on down in the description below and it'll link to that. And also, if you want to support the channel, you could just make sure you're subscribed and the bell notifications on and watch my videos and share them out on your social media and stuff like that. That actually goes really far. Even if you don't have an online presence or anything like that, just the fact that you're sharing my videos, whether it's through Facebook or, whatever social media platform you prefer, that's actually really beneficial to me, and it shows YouTube that there's interest in my videos and it will push them out further. And even, if you just turn my video on while you're doing your laundry or something and you're not even paying attention to the video, that stuff still helps out, man. So thank you so much for that question and giving me the opportunity to plug my Patreon account. I really appreciate that, man. Thanks. Holy these riffs are amazing. From your bands, right? Hey, Aaron, thanks so much for that question. The riffs that I use in my demo songs, a lot of the times end up evolving into songs that I use in my band. But most of the time when I'm sitting down writing riffs for these demos, I'm just writing them from scratch, just trying to come up with ideas on the fly. But I wanted to mention this because I am actively writing for Sacrificer right now. So if you hear a lot of extreme metal, death metal type riffs on my channel, that's why. Thanks so much for the question, man. Love the videos you post, but why is there such a volume difference between the isolated tracks and the band mix? Hey, that's a really great question. So the reason that there is such a volume disparity between the isolated guitars and the actual mixes when I'm doing demos is because the isolated guitars actually don't have any post-processing going on the master bus. So what that means is you're hearing the guitars at the level that I actually mix them at. Personally, the way I like to mix is I like to mix with about 6 to 8 decibels of headroom, and then I add a limiter on my master bus. And after I'm done processing the compression and the EQ and everything, the limiter is the last thing in the chain. And I use the limiter at the end to boost the volume up to get it at a standard volume. Thanks for the question. Hi, taking into account how many musicians are shut in at home at the minute, have you considered a shootout between a load of free/very cheap amp sims and IRs to see how to get a usable tone for the lowest budget? Things like Poolin, Emissary, Audio Assault, Nailix Ninja? I'm a sucker for cheap, free sim, and it would be great to see what can be done with them by someone who knows what they're doing. Smiley face. Hey, John, thanks for that question, man. Yeah, I actually have considered that video before, and I did download some different software to show you guys how to get a really good, free guitar tone that you could be using, whether it's just in your mixes or just to monitor yourself while you're tracking guitar DIs. And again, that's just one of those things that sort of fell on the back burner and I never got around to making. But if that's something you guys want to see, definitely let me know down in the comments below and I will bump up priority of that video. What are some famous album/artist tones you would like to try to tone quest after, but are extremely difficult to figure out? Hey Ronnie, that's a great question. To be honest with you, I don't think that figuring out the tones is what necessarily holds me back from doing those tone questing videos. It's just that I have so many requests for videos and things that people want to see. Some of the things that I want to do really just don't get prioritized. To answer your question, some of the tone questing videos that I really want to make are Dissection Rain Chaos. That is one of my all-time favorite guitar tones. I really love the tone from that album. And I also really want to do Korn, probably the self-titled Life is Peachy era. I really enjoy that guitar tone also. And then also I've been thinking about doing a At the Gates tone questing, just because I did a cover for that song and dialing in that guitar tone was pretty tricky, but it was a lot of fun, and I think I got it pretty close. Yeah, those are the videos that I'm kind of looking to do, and you know, just most of what stops me from making those videos are I just have so many other videos that I want to make as well. Thanks for the question, man. Tell us about your writing process, how you get ideas, etc. Hey Chris, so I answered this question a couple weeks back, and I'll just expand on it a little bit. So what most of my writing process is just sitting down with my DAW open, riffing until I come up with something that I like or that I think can form into a song, and then I map out the tempo and try to get decent takes of it, and I'll actually like program some simple drum beats so that I can tighten up those takes. Once I have enough riffs together, I throw together like a rough composition, which is usually what you guys hear in my demo videos, and then from that demo to turn into a full song, what it is just sitting down and playing that, you know, with my drummer. Just working out the details, and us just tossing ideas back and forth and maybe working out like mainly the structure of the song, and just, you know, me going through and refining the riffs and the transitions and things like that. And then once we've done that to a point where we feel like it's pretty good, we will lay down a pre-production version of the song, and then that will serve as like the template for the song until it's actually laid down on, you know, the official album or EP or whatever it is. And then as far as like creativity, coming up with ideas, where do I get inspiration for writing and stuff like that, it's kind of twofold. One is from other things that I hear and I listen to. I think that's probably the most common with any musician. And then the number two thing I would say is that sometimes creativity is like a muscle that needs to be exercised. And so having the discipline to sit down and write something, even though it might totally suck, is going to exercise that creativity muscle. I feel like it just flows a little bit easier. Like there's less writer's block if you are exercising your creative muscle more often. And I know I suggest books on this channel from time to time, and I don't know how much of my audience actually, you know, reads in their spare time, but I would highly recommend reading The War of Art. I'll link that down below, but that book has been really, really helpful for me in structuring my creative endeavors and, you know, helping me do it in a more productive sort of way. Hope that answers your question. Thanks for the comment. Hi Taylor, I want to buy a multi-effect. I just want to record guitar and bass with it. Which one would you recommend? HX Stomp, Ampero, or more, as I think that they all sound good. Hey man, thanks for that question. If you were looking specifically just to record bass and guitar, I wouldn't recommend any of those. I would probably just recommend getting a plugin, because it'll be a lot easier for you to sit down and, you know, record guitars and actually dial in tones once you get the takedown, if you're looking at specifically just recording. And as far as plugins go, there are a lot of great free ones. Like we were talking about before, the STL Tones Emissary plugin is really good. The new plugin from Fluff, the Amped Roots plugin, is a really good plugin. You know, there's a lot of really great free plugins out there. But if you want to pay for one, I would totally pick up one of the Neural DSP plugins, because they're just on another level. And I'm not affiliated with Neural DSP. They don't pay me to say these things. I just really enjoy their products. But if you do want a hardware modeler because you think that you might want to play live, or you just want to be able to practice with it without actually having to plug into your computer, or you don't have an audio interface and you are going to use one as your audio interface, you can't go wrong with any of them, and I really can't suggest one to you because I don't know your specific situation or what you're looking for. Lucky for you, I have tons of videos on this channel covering all of the modelers that you mentioned, so I'm sure you'll be able to make a decision. You know, just watch some videos and look over all the details of each one and see which one fits your budget and your needs. Thanks so much for the question, man. Love this pedal. Had one for a while. Wish you'd play something other than metal shit. What channel do you think you tuned into? Like, that's what I do. I'm a metal guitar player. At the end of the day, if I was making videos only to please other people and doing something that I didn't want to do, that would be really unintelligent of me, because I wouldn't be enjoying this. You wouldn't be enjoying watching me do something that I didn't enjoy, so why would I do it? Alright guys, if you have any questions or comments for me, make sure to leave them down in the comments section below. I read through all of those things, so please don't hesitate. Ask me any questions, tell me how your day's going. Whatever. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!